Alright, this is one of the upwind beats when it wasn't pouring rain today. So you're constantly kind of trying to evaluate on the beats. Are you looking to go for leverage? And when you're consolidating and coming back on the fleet, you want to try and make sure you're stepping up in one of the bigger angles here. And what I'm trying to explain in the boat here is boat 10, and when they decide to kind of like step up on the race course. So there's this idea of kind of centering yourself on your first consolidation with the fleet, putting yourself in a position so that you're in a spot to kind of control the fleet, but also sail the beat as best as you can. And boat 10 here decides to tack on a nice little righty in the middle of the race course here. And originally they were pretty even and pretty close with this boat that's just screen right of what we could see right now. But 10 kind of steps up into the middle, and then they do a nice job of kind of stepping back with a little bit of a lefty here. And now they're kind of squared up on the fleet and squared up on the race course so that they can take advantage of the left shift, but also if there's a little bit of righty, they are still in touch with what's happening. So we can potentially see how much they kind of gain here relative to the boats around them. You can see how 14 was pretty even with 10, and now they're doing a good job of kind of leading 10 back into that lefty, leading them back into the lefty here. There are some boats on that far left shore that are probably getting a little bit of a geographic left shift off the shore, but we can see how like when 10 kind of stepped up in the middle of the race course, they like repositioned themselves so they're in a better position for the lefty.
Maddie, with that leech.
And this is actually an interesting scenario here because we're coming up into this ley line here, right? And 13's going to go, and then 15's probably just going to go just above them here, right? So that they actually have a lane. And we're kind of getting pretty course right, pretty big righty here. I want to see how 10 kind of ends up on the fleet here. You see how the good middle part of the beat. Now we're kind of getting into the top here. A little bit of bad camera work.
The starting marks are maybe a little too far apart because there's no odd number boats and then top back now.
Pretty close at the top of the cone here with all the even number boats. The starting lines are just a little too far apart today to kind of get the fleets intermixing.